Hey guys, sorry about that. Technical difficulties. That's what happens when you go live. I think my internet just shut it down. I've been having internet problems all day pretty much. So anyway, back to my story. I was saying that I was doing one of my last long runs, and it was terrible. It was horrible. I questioned whether I could do the race. I thought about not even going to the start line. I'm like, because if I can't finish the marathon, why should I even go if I can't finish my race? Yada, yada, yada. And then I went back and looked at my training plan and found that I was overtraining. I was asking too much of my body, and I wasn't giving myself enough rest. I ended up having a fantastic marathon during that Ironman. But the fact is, you're going to have setbacks. Had I let that mental block, that mental hurdle, it's easy to say, guys, now that it's over, but when it was happening, I remember getting off the bike and starting that run and being terrified, I don't know if I can do this. oh my God, so you have to know that you're going to have setbacks. You may get injured. You may have days, weeks where you can't train because something comes up, work, family, illness, whatever it is. But know that you just, the road to Ironman is not just, sometimes you progress, you set back, you progress, set back. So you have to be prepared for that, and you have to be able to be someone who can take those setbacks, think big picture, not freak out too much, and then continue on with your plan. Okay? Hey, Mendy. Hey, Charlene. Hey, Herb. Herb! We missed you. You should have come to the kickoff meeting. Are you joining the team again this year? We miss you. And I found a picture of us from Pleasant Prairie like in 2005. 2005. Yeah, we look good. Anyway. Okay, so back again. If you're entering the raffle, our raffle off this D-band. This is for swimming. This is for when you're wearing a pull buoy to wrap your ankles together, because whether you are a new or experienced swimmer, a lot of times our ankles splay out, and in order to be more efficient swimmer, we want to keep them together. So all you have to do to get into the raffle for this D-band is to post in the comments your thoughts about tackling your first Ironman, or if you've already done your first Ironman, what were the thoughts you were having when you were getting ready to do yours? And I'll put my own in there later. Okay, it was a long time ago, but I still remember. All right, number 5, you must listen to your body. This is where you have to be smart, you guys, because you can look at your training plan and see that you're supposed to do a 10-mile run, and then the next day a 60-mile bike ride. But if you're feeling, I call it tweaky, I know it's a word I made up, but you're feeling some aches and pains and something, and I'm not saying soreness. Soreness is different, because we all get sore, right, when we tax our muscles in ways that haven't been used regularly. But I'm talking something that just kind of doesn't feel right. When you feel tweaky, it's time to step off. It's time to back up. And it's really hard for some people when they've got those workouts staring them in their face at the plan. Like, I know my knee's been bothering me, but I got that 10-miler and I got to do it. I'm going to tell you, don't do it. You have to listen to your body. Your body is first. Here's the thing, and going back to last week's episode when how to find the right coach for you, what does your coach look for? Is it science versus feel, or a combination? I think it needs to be a combination, because I don't care what I know. If I know you can do a 10-mile run at a 10-minute pace, but your body is it's not feeling right, something doesn't feel quite right, well, then I'm going to change that plan for you. But a coach that doesn't listen to how you feel and just looks at numbers is going to skip that. And so for me personally, I think it's a combination. But anyway, you need to be able to listen to your body no matter what your coach says, no matter what your training partners say, no matter what is in your plan, what you think that you need to do. If your body is telling you otherwise, like my body on that 18-mile run was telling me, you are pushing it to the limit, girl. I'm done. You can't do it. If I had continued on, if I had tried to push through the rest of that run, like I said, I backed out at 3 miles to go, I think I would have got hurt. I really do. But I backed off, and I actually took several days off. I took a week off of running, but I took several days off of training altogether just to kind of give my body and my brain a chance to recuperate, and it was the best thing I ever did. So you have to listen to your body. You only get one body. You are right, Ivy. Okay, last one. You have to want this. You have to want the 140.6. You have to want the Ironman. I have been talked into signing up when I really didn't want to do it. And guess what? I didn't do it. You can't, peer pressure is not going to get you through an Ironman. It's not. Maybe a sprint, maybe an Olympic, maybe even a half. I've been peer pressured into a half. But Ironman takes so much of everything, emotions and physical and mental, everything. You have to want it for yourself. And there's nobody that can want it for you. And if you don't want it, that's okay. This episode is not to say that everybody has to do an Ironman. All I'm saying is that there are so many people out there, I think, that question whether they can do it and they have doubts. But these are some of the things that you need to have if you're going to do it. There's also ability. There's also a lot of training time. You got to have some time available to do it. I remember when I was signing up for my first one, and I was married at the time, and I started doing all this training, and he was like, "Are you ever going to be home on the weekends?" I said, "Well, you said I could do Ironman." He goes, "Well, I didn't know you were going to be training every weekend." What did you think? Right? Probably why I'm not married anymore. But anyway, you have to want it. Like, you have to want to get to that finish line. You have to want to get to that start line. You're going to have to get up day after day with one goal in mind, and that is doing your race. But nobody can want that for you. No one's going to be able to talk you into it, and likely no one's going to be able to talk you out of it if you want it. And you have to find out what your why is, which is an episode I did way, like almost a year ago already, that you can look back to. But you have to figure out what that is, because the why is what's going to keep you going on those really hard training days, but it's also going to keep you going on race day. So, all right, guys, that is it. Last time, if you want to enter the raffle for the D-band, okay, I dropped the packaging. Hold on. I dropped the packaging. If you want to enter the raffle for the D-band, all you have to do is post a comment on what your thoughts are about doing your first Ironman. And if you've already done one, I want you to comment on what you did think before you did your first Ironman. Because I know what I thought. Oh yeah, Jim mentioned it. There was 4 of us that were training for Ironman together. 2 women, 2 men. We were all training together. We had no idea what we were doing. We pulled a plan out of a book, okay, right? Because that's the way to do it. No. But we pulled a plan out of a book and we started doing it. And as we got closer, we did a couple half Ironmans in preparation for it. As we got closer, we took our half Ironman times, and then we added 10%, which is what they say to do, and then, double it, add 10% to that second half, and then those were going to be our Ironman times. And we were all like, we're going to be like 12 hours, 12, 15. Like, no. Guys, none of us came close. None of us came close. Now, the weather conditions were really bad on our first Ironman. It was 95 and humid, and it was like there was ambulances and really great Ironman people passing out all over. They ran out of water at aid stations. It's, all that stuff. But point being, we thought we knew what we were getting into. We thought, yeah, no problem. 12 hours, piece of cake. It's not that hard. Just got to do it. We're trained for it. We were so far off the mark, and it was an embarrassment to me. I remember crossing the finish line and just being like, this was terrible. It was terrible. I finished, and that was a good thing, but I wasn't happy with it. I thought I could do so much better. But knowing now, I wish I knew then what I know now, and I would have done so many different things. And that's what a coach is for, right? Because following that plan off the internet did not help at all. We could have just done it on our own at that point. So anyway, thank you guys so much for hopping in. Oh, I always forget to look up what next week's topic is going to be, but just so you know, I don't just make these up on the fly. These topics, I've got them written out until April, but I forget to tell you what next week is, so you can tune in. But I will be back here next Sunday, 7 p.m. Again, post a comment what you think about your first Ironman, or what you thought about doing your first Ironman before you did it, because I think that would be very helpful to anybody looking to do their first Ironman. I think it'd be really helpful for them to know what you used to think, because I guarantee someone thinks what you're thinking, and we can help each other, right? That's what this whole program is all about, helping you be a better athlete, helping each other be better athletes. So I hope all of you will join me back here next Sunday night, 7 p.m. Central Time, live, for whatever topic it's going to be. So I hope you have a great training week. Spring is just around the corner. Oh, wait, one more thing. If you're local to Chicago, we're doing a swim analysis and underwater videotaping clinic on Sunday, March 4th. If you're interested in that, you can put a comment in below, or Lisa, maybe you can type the link on where people can sign up if you want to do that. It'll be our last one, and probably until fall, because after March, it's, you don't really want to spend too much time on technique anymore, because now we're getting into the season. So thank you guys again for hopping in. I appreciate you spending a little bit of your Sunday night with me, and I will see you back here live next Sunday night at 7 p.m. Central Time. All right. Have a great week, and I'll see you soon.